ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Views. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and last night I went and watched the movie Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Hanks and Emily Blunt, I believe her name is. Now, Tom Hanks plays a soldier promoter, or he plays a promoter, and his name is William Cage, and he's basically there to, promote something that I never actually paid attention. But the movie starts off with talking about how the Earth has been invaded by aliens, and the aliens are called mimics, which I didn't get the name until after the movie, so, yeah. But he's talking to the guy who played Mad-Eye Moody in the Harry Potter movies, which it took me a while to recognize him. So basically, he's like, "Look, son, you're gonna have to go into the army." And he's like, "But I'm a promoter. I'm not going into battle. Just call my general." He's like, "Your general husband has made sure to have you put on that battlefield on the front line tomorrow." Yeah. So when he tries to get away, he gets arrested. Then he gets tased, and then he wakes up on the base where this guy says, "Get up, maggot!" and gives him like his shoes and this other stuff. And then he runs into this to his commanding officer, who is basically talking to him, and he's like, "Look, I'm not supposed to be here." And he's like, "Well, you're dang right. You're a deserter." And like the paper says, like, he's a deserter and everything like that. And so they put him in the G Squad. SPD emergency, I'm thinking. Yeah, instead of them getting, the morphers, they get these big, gigantic robotic suits that makes it look like it's Gears of War. Power Rangers meets Gears of War. I wonder how that will work out. Oh man, that would be awesome. Anyway, so they see the poster that they've been talking about, the trailer, where it has this soldier, and she's got a blade that might as well be called the Buster Sword. Yes, I know who Cloud is, and I know what the Buster Sword is. You can be surprised. So he keeps trying to tell everyone, "I'm not supposed to be here." And we meet the other characters. We meet the big fat soldier. We meet the woman soldier who's tougher than the other men soldiers. And we get this other soldier who has to keep putting him in the suit every single time. So when they get into battle, he gets killed by by blowing up a mimic. He sees the woman with the sword, which is awesome to see her fight with that gigantic sword. He sees her die, and before he dies, he takes a landmine. It's like one of those from The Punisher. It says "front towards enemies." He puts it near his face, puts it near him, and it blows up. And the blood gets all over him. He wakes up, and then he starts the day over again, saying, "You're not going to believe what..." This is basically Gears of War mixed with Groundhog Day. Not a bad combination. But so yeah, the film is basically Tom Hanks going back, restarting the day every time. So then he meets the woman, and her name is Rita Rose Patinsky, and he finds her, or he saves her one day, and he's like, "Look, you're in danger. This war, we're not gonna win." And she's like, "Find me when you wake up." So he dies, and he goes and finds her, and then we find out that she has been able to have the same ability as well. And it's because he killed an alpha. Now, when you kill an alpha, they have the ability to reset time. He has the ability, he has the ability to reset time now. And now, a lot of you may be wondering, well, how does the girl know about this? Because she used to be able to do it in another war. She used to be able to do it... but she can't anymore, because when they gave her a blood transfusion, it took away the power. The power stays in your blood until you get a blood transfusion, and then it's gone. So now it's up to her and Tom Hanks to find a way to get off the beach, find the Omega, which is a gigantic brain, basically, and, destroy it, and then the day won't reset itself anymore. So then we get some more things about how Tom Hanks and her keep dying and dying, they keep dying and dying every single time. She keeps dying, and then he keeps dying, and then they reset. Every time when they're training, every time he gets killed or he gets hurt, she kills him, starts the day over. It's the same thing. Train, die. Train, die. And it's actually pretty funny. We do get some good character development between these two, between Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. He starts falling for her because she's teaching him a lot, and he wishes that he got to know her. It's kind of like 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and I can't remember her name, but like the chick who had brain damage whenever she fell asleep, her day would start over, and Adam Sandler would have to warm up to her again and fall in love with her again every single day. That's kind of like what this is. She doesn't want to get close to him because she's like, I just met you, I don't really know you, I can't get to know you because, you know, when you die, we reset, and it starts over again. And we do get some really good character development between these two characters. This was a really good sci-fi. There's a little bit of a love story in there, but it's a good war movie and a good sci-fi film. And so they keep trying to, they finally do get off the beach, and there's a scene in the trailer where they're like, where they're in this little cottage, or they're in this like garage or something, and I didn't notice until then. He's like, wait. When he's giving her coffee, she's like, I can't believe you found coffee in this place. And then she realizes, how many times have we been here? And he's like, thousands. And they're looking for keys for a helicopter. And she's like, you've been hiding the helicopter keys from me this whole time. We could be out there winning this war. And he's like, you don't make it out past this. No matter what I do, you always die. So they go, after they basically, I think they die and then they start the whole thing over again, we soon get in the film where he doesn't even interact with her. He doesn't even interact with her because he's starting to love her. He doesn't want her to die. So instead of him interacting with her, he just sneaks off, and we do get an awesome little scene where he's doing push-ups with the military people, and then he rolls out and he gets ran over by a car. It was pretty funny. But then he eventually gets it right, and that's another thing that this film does good, the time reset. It's not just like you're starting the movie over. You know, it's like you're telling a different story each time, and it works really well. Tom Cruise, even though he is whatever he believes, you know, I don't know, he still is a really good actor. And this film proves that he still has it. And, you know, like I said, like with the day starting over and over again, it's like a new story. It's a new chapter in this movie. And it is really done. It's done fantastic. And so he goes to where, and they also explain that Rita, when she had these powers, she would start having visions, and that would be because the Alpha is trying to find her and kill her. So when he gets his first vision, it's in Germany under a bridge. It's like a big bridge in Germany, and he goes and finds it. It's not there. It was a trap. And what the trap was set for is because the Alpha wants the power back. They want their time travel power back. And Tom Cruise can only control this power by dying. Every time he dies, day starts over. So that's what they wanted. And when it cut him and made him bleed out before, you know, he died, he's like, the Omega isn't there, it was just an Alpha. It wanted my blood. And then they come to the conclusion, it wants the power back. It wants to kill us, and it wants this power back. So then they get another vision where it tells, he gets a vision because when they discuss with this scientist about this machine that he made, you know, it was put in a safe actually by the same general that Cage was talking to in the beginning of the film. So when they get out, they're being chased. They get gunned down first. The second time, it's like Grand Theft Auto in a car. He injects himself with the thing in his leg. Or actually, no, Rita just stabs him with it. And then it shows him where the real Omega is. And it's in Paris, in this pyramid underwater. So the rest of the film, the climax of the film, is Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt trying to get G-Squad to join with him to take down the Omega. And so, you know, at first they don't believe it, but then he tells everything like about them. And we even get some more character development of why Emily Blunt doesn't talk so much. There was a person that she really cared about, and when she had this ability, she had to watch him die over and over and over and over and over again until she won the war. And even though she has told him so many things, she's not going to get close to him because, one, of that reason, she doesn't want to fall for him, and if she does, she doesn't want to have to watch him die over and over and over again. Of course, so for some reason, I laugh at this because it was so funny in Supernatural Season 3. Because in Supernatural, in Supernatural at the end of Season 2, if you guys haven't watched this, you know, spoiler alert, Dean makes a deal with the demon, and he has a year to live. So they come across the trickster again, And he's basically trying to teach Sam that no matter what you do, you can't save Dean. So the very first time Dean dies in this episode, yeah, it's sad. Second time, third time, it is hilarious. Fourth time, hilarious. Fifth time, funny. It's funny every time he dies, and that's what they also kind of do in this movie, because the different ways he dies, it starts getting really funny. And so they finally get to Paris, and a lot of people end up getting killed because the mimics, and that's what the mimics, they mimic everything. Like, they know when you're coming, they can predict when you're coming. I didn't get the name until like recently, but the mimics know that they're coming, and so, you know, these two brothers sacrifice themselves for William Cage and Tasky. So they get in this hovercraft, and the wings get knocked off, but they can use it to just drive. They can basically drive it to where they need to go, and they get down there. So before they go to the ultimate battle, they kiss, and then she goes off and fights the Alpha, while Cage goes down to kill the Omega. And now when he gets down there, the Alpha already dealt with her, so it stabs him in the heart, but he drops the grenades on the Omega, and the Omega is getting ready to reset time before it dies. But something that was awesome, and I noticed that this is an awesome moment. The grenades that dropped into the Omega's brain, Tom Cruise had the pins on his fingers. I was like, ha. So the thing explodes, and I did not get this ending until one of my friends from church explained it to me. When he died, the blood of the Omega and the Alpha, I guess, because I think it killed the Alpha too. And I also noticed that this was like an episode from Fairly Odd Parents when they were doing the Stevie Sparks episode when Timmy went into the future and they destroyed the brain, it shut down all the robots. So just like this, when they destroyed the brain, it took out all the mimics. The blood of the Alpha, or the Omega, went all over Tom Cruise. And this time, he didn't wake up on the battlefield or in the training camp. He woke up on the jet that was taking him there. He gets there and he notices all the places where he was supposed to be, he's not there anymore. And then basically, the movie ends with basically Tom Cruise going up to Rita, and she's like, "Can I help you with something, soldier?" And then he laughs and the movie ends. Now, I didn't understand the ending because I thought it was basically trying to say that the movie was pointless. You know, all the stuff that we did, it's just gonna be starting over in a sequel, and I was wrong. When he killed the Omega, it reset the time, but the war was over. People were celebrating, the war was done, and the guy's like, a big pulse of energy went through, killing all the mimics. I apparently didn't hear that because I was still going like, okay, wait, what? So basically, he's not in the war anymore, and all this was a waste of time. But it wasn't. And I really do applaud this movie. I can tell you, I am buying this movie on Blu-ray, and I'm sure it's going to come out on a Tuesday, because almost every single film I buy comes out on a Tuesday. But, but I can definitely tell you guys should definitely go buy this film. The reasons? Action-packed, funny, good story, good characters, great acting, great atmosphere. But the one thing that I can definitely tell you all about this film is it is that killed the moment. Before I go, I want to tell you all one thing about this film. And this film is worth buying on Blu-ray and DVD because this movie is full of awesomeness! Yes, this movie is full of awesomeness. I strongly recommend you go into Walmart when this comes out and buying it on Blu-ray and DVD. Buy it on your PS3. Buy it on the Wii. Buy it on your laptop. Buy it on your PS Vita. Buy it on the PS4. Buy it on the Xbox One, the Xbox 360. Buy this movie! Because Tom Cruise, at the age he is, and he can still pull off great films like this, I would definitely buy this film. Guys, this is Nick Smith, and this has been another episode of Phenomenal Reviews. Stay tuned for tomorrow night, where I will do my review of Transformers: Age of Extinction. Next Friday is my birthday. You all better get me something good. Nothing cheap. I love you guys.